Have you ever wondered why your dog seems completely connected to you one day, but distant the next? Most people think love alone is enough to build an unbreakable bond. But what if just 3 intentional minutes each day could change the way your dog sees you forever? It sounds almost too simple to be true. Yet animal behavior experts have found that the first few minutes of meaningful interaction can shape trust, confidence, and communication far more than hours of distracted time together. And the biggest surprise? Most owners unknowingly waste those precious minutes every single day. Think about the last time you came home. Did you immediately grab your phone, start taking off your shoes, or rush into another task while your dog waited nearby? To us, those actions seem harmless. To your dog, they're part of a pattern. Dogs don't experience relationships the same way humans do. They don't count expensive toys, fancy treats, or long speeches. They pay attention to consistency, emotional energy, and moments that repeat over time. Those repeated moments become their reality. And that's where the 3-minute rule begins. But before you hear what those 3 minutes actually involve, there's something even more important you need to understand. Dogs aren't simply watching your actions. They're reading your emotional state. Long before you say a word, your dog has already noticed your posture, your pace, your breathing, and even the tension in your muscles. Researchers studying canine behavior have shown that dogs are remarkably skilled at interpreting human body language and emotional cues. They don't need words to know whether you're calm, stressed, distracted, or excited. Now imagine what happens if the first interaction your dog has with you each day is rushed or emotionally disconnected. Over weeks and months, your dog begins expecting that version of you. Not because they stop loving you, but because their brain learns patterns. Dogs are masters of prediction. Every repeated experience teaches them what comes next. Here's where most people accidentally weaken their relationship. The moment they walk through the door, excitement takes over. They speak loudly, wave their arms, encourage jumping, then suddenly push the dog away because they're carrying groceries or answering a text. 1 second they're inviting attention, the next they're rejecting it. From a dog's perspective, that's confusing. And confusion slowly chips away at confidence. But what if, instead, your dog experienced something completely different? Imagine opening the door. Instead of reacting immediately, you pause. You take one slow breath. You lower your shoulders. You kneel to your dog's level without overwhelming them. You let them approach first. No rushing. No pushing them away. No divided attention. Just quiet presence. Those first moments send an incredibly powerful message. I see you. Dogs understand that better than almost anything else. And here's the fascinating part. Your dog isn't measuring those 3 minutes with a clock. They're measuring the quality of your attention. That's why someone can spend 8 hours in the same house with their dog and still have a weaker bond than someone who spends just 20 focused minutes each day. Presence matters more than proximity. But there's another hidden reason this works. Dogs evolved alongside humans for thousands of years. Survival depended on reading each other's intentions quickly. A calm human often meant safety. A distracted or unpredictable human could mean uncertainty. Even today, those ancient instincts remain deeply wired into your dog's brain. That's why your emotional consistency becomes your dog's emotional anchor. And once you understand this, another common behavior suddenly makes perfect sense. Have you ever noticed your dog checking in with you during a walk? Maybe they glance back every few seconds without you calling them. Many owners think they're simply making sure they aren't getting lost. That's only part of the story. Those little check-ins are actually relationship check-ins. Your dog is asking one silent question. Are we still doing this together? Every time you respond calmly, with eye contact, a smile, or relaxed body language, you reinforce teamwork. Ignore those moments repeatedly, and eventually many dogs stop asking. Not because they don't care, because they've learned not to expect an answer. If you're starting to see your dog's behavior differently, take a second to like this video and subscribe. Understanding why dogs behave the way they do doesn't just solve problems. It creates stronger friendships that last a lifetime. Now let's talk about the actual 3-minute rule. It isn't a training exercise. It isn't about commands. And it definitely isn't about giving treats. For 3 uninterrupted minutes every day, become fully available to your dog. No phone, no television, no multitasking. Watch what they choose to do. Maybe they lean against your leg. Maybe they quietly sit nearby. Maybe they bring you a toy. Maybe they simply look into your eyes. Instead of directing every interaction, allow your dog to start the conversation. Behaviorists often call this responsive interaction. Rather than forcing engagement, you're responding to your dog's choices. This gives many dogs a greater sense of security because they learn that communication works both ways. And something remarkable often happens. Dogs begin offering more natural behaviors. They make longer eye contact. They stay closer during walks. They become more relaxed at home. Some even become noticeably more confident around unfamiliar situations. Not because you've trained them, because you've built trust. Trust changes everything. But there's one mistake that can quietly erase all of this progress. Inconsistency. Doing the 3-minute rule once a week won't create lasting change. Dogs learn through repetition. Small experiences repeated consistently become powerful expectations. Think about friendships. One huge gesture means less than countless small moments of reliability. Dogs feel the same way. That's why the owners with the strongest relationships often aren't professional trainers. They're simply predictable, safe, emotionally available. Over time, your dog begins associating your presence with calm instead of uncertainty. And perhaps the most beautiful part is this. Your dog starts changing before you even notice it. They wait more patiently. They recover from stressful moments more quickly. They seek you out for reassurance instead of avoiding you. Not because they're becoming more obedient, but because you're becoming their safest place. When people ask how to build a deeper connection with their dog, they usually expect complicated advice, special equipment, advanced training methods, expensive products. Yet one of the most meaningful changes often begins with something completely free. 3 minutes. 3 intentional minutes that tell your dog they matter. 3 minutes that replace distraction with connection. 3 minutes that slowly reshape how your dog experiences you. Not as someone who simply feeds or walks them, but as someone they can truly trust. Because in your dog's world, love isn't measured by grand gestures. It's measured by the moments when you choose to be fully present. Your dog isn't just behaving, they're communicating. And sometimes, the strongest message you'll ever send back is simply giving them 3 minutes of your undivided attention.